Beyond the Gates. Spoilers. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Today is an absolutely gorgeous Tuesday. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, but honestly, none of that matters, because the tea I have for you today is going to eclipse the literal sun. Grab your iced coffees, clear your schedules, and strap in, because we have so much to discuss, and I am ready to spill everything. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing right now. I am literally shaking, my hands are vibrating, and my soul has actually left my body. Wait, we need to talk about this now because I cannot hold this in for another second. I was mid-skincare, literally applying a charcoal mask, and when I saw what was actually happening with Bill and Hayley, I screamed so loud I smeared black charcoal all over my pristine white rug. Do I care? No, because this is the most insane, world-ending tea ever. I am hyperventilating. Bestie, be for real right now because what we are witnessing on Beyond the Gates is an absolute cinematic masterpiece of psychological mayhem. I am personally attacked by this plotline. I am unwell? Okay, wait, let me just breathe for a second. Inhale, exhale. Basically, we all knew Hayley Hamilton was toxic, right? Like, she's been on my do not perceive list for months because her vibes are just straight up rancid. But I thought she was just a manipulative, clingy wife who wanted to control Bill's empire. Oh, how naive I was. I was a literal infant yesterday compared to the knowledge I hold today. Hayley does not love Bill. Did I say that yet? She genuinely, fundamentally, absolutely does not give a single flying fig about William Hamilton. It is all a sham, a complete and utter facade. And don't even get me started on the absolute audacity of her pretending to be this devoted partner when she is straight up plotting a homicide. Yes, you heard me. Homicide. Wait, backtrack for a second. I missed a step. I need to introduce the co-conspirator in this absolute dumpster fire of a storyline. Enter Randy. Who even is Randy? I am glitching. Okay, back to the main event. Randy and Hayley are basically the Bonnie and Clyde of the DMV right now, except way more pathetic and infinitely more evil. They are literally conspiring to murder Bill, and not just like a crime of passion, push him down the stairs moment. No, they are methodically, quietly, and sadistically poisoning him. Poisoning him? What is this? The 1800s? Who uses poison anymore? I am screaming into my pillow just thinking about the sheer, calculated malice it takes to slip poison into your husband's morning espresso or whatever rich people drink. And why are they doing this? Take a wild guess. Genuinely, guess. If you said, for the life insurance money, ding ding ding, you win a prize. It is always the money. The stakes are astronomical. And Hayley is looking at Bill not as a human being, but as a walking, talking ATM that she needs to cash out permanently. I am legitimately sick to my stomach. She is sitting across from him at dinner, watching him eat, knowing she is actively destroying his internal organs for a payout. It is giving major Black Widow energy, and honestly, the villain arc has gone completely nuclear. I am terrified of this woman. She is a menace to society. Okay, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but the plan they had, the original master plan, it is so unhinged I literally had to yeet my phone across the room when I figured it out. They weren't just going to let him drop dead in his penthouse in DC. No, that would be too suspicious. Hayley and Randy cooked up this incredibly elaborate scheme to take Bill on a romantic getaway to Street Bart's, a tropical vacation. Can you imagine packing your resort wear, your oversized sun hats, your SPF 50, and your lethal dose of undetectable poison? The sheer camp of it all. She was going to isolate him on a gorgeous island, far away from his doctors, far away from Caroline, far away from Danny, and just end him. The Street Bart's detail is what genuinely broke my brain. Because the plan was to get him there, completely relaxed, and then massively increase the dosage of the poison. Just a massive, fatal spike in his system so he would just expire in paradise. And this is the part where my jaw physically unhinged like a snake. She was going to have him immediately cremated on the island. Cremated! Before anyone back home could even ask questions or demand an autopsy. She wanted to burn the evidence into literal ash. I am sweating just talking about this. The level of premeditation. She probably had the cremation urn picked out on Pinterest. Bestie, I cannot even process the diabolical genius of this plan. It is so evil I am almost impressed. But mostly I am just terrified. Wait, do you hear that? I swear my neighbor's dog has been barking for 20 minutes, and it is completely ruining the vibe of my mental breakdown. Anyway, ignore that. Focus on the tea. Where was I? Oh, right, the cremation. Just think about the logistics of that for a second. She would have to fake the tears, deal with the island authorities, pretend it was a sudden tragic heart attack, and then fly back to the DMV with a box of ashes and a multi-million-dollar insurance claim. It's straight up cinematic. If this was a movie, I'd be eating popcorn. But these are our people. This is Bill. Sure, Bill is messy and his affair with Danny is a whole other can of worms, but he does not deserve to be secretly poisoned and turned into a tropical bonfire. But you guys, the universe said not today, Satan. The timeline got completely derailed, and I am living for the chaos. Before they could even pack their bags for street Bart's, before they could even print the boarding passes, the poison started working a little too well. Or maybe Bill's body just couldn't handle the cumulative damage anymore. He was at the law firm, just trying to do his job, probably reviewing some boring contracts, and boom, he collapses. Right there in the office. The medical crisis hits early. The timeline is ruined. Hayley's pristine tropical murder plot is officially a dumpster fire, and I am laughing so hard I am crying. And who is there to witness this? Who is the absolute savior of this entire franchise? Caroline Lee. Put some respect on her name immediately. Caroline, his fiercely loyal, hyper-competent assistant, finds him collapsed. And let me just veer off into a random tangent for a second. Caroline's blazers this season? Impeccable. The tailoring is flawless. She is serving corporate chic while literally saving lives. Anyway, Caroline doesn't just panic and scream. No, she drops to the floor, ruins her probably very expensive skirt, and starts performing CPR. She is doing chest compressions. She is breathing life back into this man. Caroline is literally single-handedly thwarting a premeditated murder without even knowing it. Can you imagine the absolute sheer panic Hayley must have felt when she got that phone call? She's probably sitting at home, sipping a mimosa, texting Randy about their impending payday, and her phone rings. Hi, Mrs. Hamilton. Your husband collapsed at the office. But don't worry, his assistant saved his life, and he's on his way to the hospital. I bet Hayley's soul left her body faster than mine did. She must have been screaming, throwing things, punching the air. Her perfect plan, ruined by a competent assistant who knows basic first aid. It is poetic justice, and I am soaking it up like a sponge. So now Bill is rushed to the hospital, and the medical drama is absolutely off the charts. It is not just a simple faint. The poison has done catastrophic damage to his cardiovascular system. During surgery, Bill suffered multiple heart attacks. Multiple. My chest is tight just thinking about it. He was literally flatlining on the table, fighting for his life, while Hayley is probably in the waiting room pretending to sob into a tissue, secretly praying the surgeons fail. The absolute sickness of this woman. She is putting on the performance of a lifetime for the doctors, the nurses, and everyone else, while internally screaming that her ATM machine is refusing to die. They had to put in a pacemaker, a literal pacemaker. Bill Hamilton, this powerful, commanding figure, is now completely vulnerable, relying on a machine to keep his heart beating, all because his wife and her random sidekick Randy decided they wanted a payday. And the craziest part? The doctors are completely clueless. Genuinely, what is wrong with soap opera doctors? They are running all these tests, looking at his charts, scratching their heads like, gee, we just don't know what caused this sudden, massive cardiac failure in an otherwise healthy man. Besties, run a toxicology screen. I am screaming at my screen. Test his blood for heavy metals. Test him for arsenic. Test him for literal rat poison. It is honestly so unhinged how easily Hayley is getting away with the medical side of this. She is hovering over his bed, playing the devoted wife, probably trying to figure out how she can tamper with his IV bag, while the nurses aren't looking. Wait, my brain is buffering. Did I mention that Hayley's medical tampering backfired? Yes? Her attempt to meddle with his state in the hospital didn't work because Caroline is watching her like a hawk. Caroline knows something is off. She might not know about Randy or the poison yet, but Caroline's intuition is screaming, and she is playing this intense psychological game of cat and mouse with Hayley in the literal ICU. And don't even get me started on the vibes when Bill finally wakes up. Because what is the very first thing this man does when he regains consciousness? Does he thank his wife? Does he ask for Hayley? Nope. He immediately reaches out to Danny Dupree. I am deceased. He literally bypasses the woman who is trying to kill him to contact his mistress. The disrespect? The drama. I am physically vibrating from the audacity. Hayley is already enraged that her murder plot failed, but to have her husband wake up from a near-death experience and immediately text his side piece? The villain arc is about to go so nuclear that the entire DMV is going to need radiation suits. But wait, there is a whole other layer to this chaos, and I am legitimately hyperventilating right now. Catherine "Cat" Richardson. Cat, my sweet, messy, curious cat. She is officially on my prayer list because she is in so much danger. Cat is digging into the disappearance of Lynette Wise, who was a friend of Hayley's. A friend who just vanished without a trace. Genuinely, let's put our thinking caps on. A woman who knows Hayley disappears, and now Hayley is caught poisoning her husband? I am calling it right now. Hayley and Randy did something to Lynette. Lynette knew too much. Maybe Lynette found the poison. Maybe Lynette found out about Randy. Kat's investigation has landed her directly on Hayley's radar, and this is not a drill. Hayley is a desperate, cornered animal right now. Her murder plot is falling apart, her husband is calling his mistress, her assistant nemesis is guarding the hospital room, and now Kat is snooping into her past. Hayley's going to snap. She is going to do something so incredibly drastic, and Kat needs to watch her back, her front, and her drinks. If Hayley can methodically poison her own husband and plan a tropical cremation, what on earth is she going to do to a nosy investigator? Manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update because Kat is walking right into the lion's den. Meanwhile, while Bill is literally fighting for his life with a new pacemaker and a blood full of Randy's secret sauce, what is happening at his law firm? Absolute clownery. Naomi Hawthorne and Tomas Navarro are having this massive, pathetic turf war over who gets to control the firm. Bestie, be for real right now. Tomas is this entitled junior partner acting like he is the heir apparent, fighting Naomi tooth and nail. They are entirely missing the point. They are fighting over a sinking ship while the captain is being assassinated. If Tomas had half a brain cell, he would stop fighting Naomi and realize that the real threat to the firm is the Black Widow currently hovering in the ICU. Oh, and let me just completely derail the narrative for a second because my brain cannot handle focusing on just one tragedy. Andre Richardson, Danny's actual husband. While Danny is making Freudian slips at the hospital and calling Bill her husband in front of her entire family, which is honestly so unhinged, I cannot even. Andre is dealing with a stalker. He is getting cryptic messages and setting up secret meetings. Is it Heather Armstrong? Is it the skewer? Genuinely, the DMV is cursed right now. There is something in the water. Everyone is either being poisoned, stalked, or publicly humiliated by their cheating spouse. I am so done, but I am also never leaving my couch. Okay, snapping back to the main event. The poison. I just cannot get over the street. Bart's cremation plan. I keep repeating it because it is just so wildly dark. Imagine the sheer cold-bloodedness required to book a flight, pack a suitcase, and smile at your husband across a first-class cabin, knowing you are going to fly back alone with his ashes in your carry-on. Hayley is officially the most terrifying villain on this show. She makes Joey Armstrong look like a teddy bear. And Randy? We need eyes on Randy. Where is he hiding? Is he a doctor? A pharmacist? How is he getting this untraceable poison that is baffling an entire hospital of cardiologists? I am manifesting the ultimate showdown. Here is my unhinged prophecy for the grand finale of this arc. Caroline is going to find the street teen. Bart's itinerary. She is going to see the cremation booking. She is going to connect the dots, march into that hospital room, and physically tackle Hayley away from Bill's foredrip. And then Kat is going to burst through the doors with proof that Randy and Hayley off Lynette. It is going to be an Avengers-level assembly of women taking down this toxic Black Widow, and I am going to need a medic on standby because my heart will not be able to take it. Until then, we are just stuck in this agonizing waiting game. Bill is lying there, completely oblivious that the woman wiping his brow is the same woman who caused his multiple heart attacks. The pacemaker is ticking, the doctors are confused, and Hayley is just plotting her next move. Will she try to finish the job in the hospital? Will she try to smother him with a pillow while Caroline is on a coffee break? I am literally not going to sleep tonight. I am going to be pacing my apartment, muttering about street farts and toxicology reports until the sun comes up. You guys, this is it. This is the peak of television. My grip on reality is completely slipping, and this poisoning plot is now my entire personality. I am going to be talking about Hayley, Randy, and the street. Bart's cremation plan at Thanksgiving dinner. My family is going to disown me, but I don't care because I am invested. Let me know in the comments if you are as unwell as I am, because I need a support group immediately. I have to go wash this dried charcoal mask off my face and try to calm my nervous system. Stay safe, trust no one, and check your coffee for poison. Bye, besties.